Okay, dude, we're actually... Look, we've gotten, like, a bunch of stuff now. Ex-Cerberus, 50, Alien... Okay, well, let's get the frick out of here. I don't... Yeah, listen, I meant to say eyes. I meant to say eyes. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I didn't even realize I said the wrong thing until chat went, huh? Ears? I was like, what? Did I say ears? I'm sorry. Oh, do I have new messages? Oh, Omega. From Bray! Things are settling down on Omega. Looks like the Talons are the new security force on the station. Their leader said something about honoring Candra's memory. I'd say they were being cute, except they're not shy about backing up the sentiment with firepower. Be careful out there. No, there's at least one Batarian here that doesn't want you dead. Oh, thanks, Bray. That's nice. I appreciate that. Jesus Christ. Thank for clipping that this time, because I honestly didn't know that I even said that. That's wild. Alright, so now we have done this. Let's try and do a little scan, maybe. Oh. Inakos? Never mind. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Let's go back to the mass relay. Let's get the fuel depot while we're here. Listening post? What's the listening post do? Who knows? Alright, let's plot another mass relay jump. Okay. Here. Let's get the Prothean artifact. Oh, hello, Eden. Oh my god, it's actually Eden Prime. Didn't we kind of start on Eden Prime? When we started in Mass Effect 1? Or am I, like, being crazy about it? Wait, do we... Oh, we have to have Liara. Okay, it's Girly Squad team. Let's go. Deep Sea is great? No, it was horrible. It was cool, though. Yeah, it is.
Where the Prothean beacon gave you the vision that warned us about
yes, it is! Oh my god, I remembered Eden Prime.
Yes. And now, with Cerberus here, Eden Prime's colonists are under attack again.
I remember Eden Prime.
Seems like more than just 3 years ago.
Records indicate that you lost a squad mate on Eden Prime.
I did.
Yeah, Corporal Jenkins.
Does return to the colony cause unpleasant memories?
Nah,
it's okay,
fine.
Edie. Jenkins was a good soldier. He'd be proud of what we're doing here.
I hope the motivation is effective.
Cerberus hit Eden Prime hard. Whatever they found here was worth a major offensive. There are survivors elsewhere on the colony, but they killed everyone near the dig site.
These people have it rough.
They deserve better.
I know. The Alliance did what it could to evacuate colonists, but Cerberus came in so quickly.
If we find survivors, we'll do what we can. What about this artifact? Any idea whether it's part of the Crucible?
The Alliance didn't get any specifics about what Cerberus has uncovered.
I dislike the way Liara's eyebrows look so painted on. It looks like a bit of Sharpie. Just...
I'm bringing you in as close to the dig site as I can. No way we'll avoid detection, but you should have a few minutes.
Understood.
Come on, Sharpie brows. Let's go.
With luck, we can get to the dig site before Cerberus knows we're here.
The area appears deserted.
All right.
Come on, let's see if we can find the dig site.
Man, this place is pretty.
This was a beautiful colony once.
The
Sure
colonists
was.
rebuilt after Saren's attack. It is likely they will rebuild again after Cerberus is defeated.
The city on Earth where I grew up.
Maybe
was
there is
hard
something
and
in here I
dirty.
can get.
I can see it as a war zone.
Some
Eden Prime doesn't
credits.
deserve this.
Nobody does.
True. Processing update. We've taken more able-bodied men and women from pacified neighborhoods. The colonists generally have accepted the story. that they have gone to perform tedious but safe manual labor in a Cerberus research camp on the other side of the planet. When we increased food rations as payment for the work, most of the complaints died out. Maintain the story as long as possible. We don't have the manpower to fight the entire colony, and if these families knew they were never going to see their sons and daughters again, there's no way they'd cooperate. Huh?
Shepard, this Cerberus data could help the colony
What
still alive
the-
in other parts of Eden Prime.
The frick are they
Keep this intel to
doing?
Eden Prime's resistance. Maybe it will help them fight back against Cerberus.
Look at that. Bits of Prothean tech sticking out of the ground like an old bone.
Dr. Tassoni, have you ever encountered dinosaur fossils during your digs?
No, dinosaurs and other fossils would be paleontology. I'm an archaeologist. I study artifacts left by sapient species. The two fields are completely
Damn.
different, and... you were joking.
No, jokes have specific structures. That was messing with you. There's the elevator that leads to the dig site.
Oh,
Good.
so I was
Now we
meant to
can
be
find out what
there.
they've discovered.
I just had to wait for them yapping about, like, archaeology and stuff. Yeah, it is better. It's better than the clown honk brows that Kiriko has, for sure. You're right.
Goddess, that doesn't seem possible. It's not a Prothean artifact, it's a Prothean.
You believe Cerberus has recovered the corpse of a Prothean unmodified by Reaper technology.
Cerberus hasn't uncovered corpses. This Prothean is alive.
You're right. That doesn't sound possible.
You saw Prothean stasis chambers in the archives on Ilos. The only reason those failed was a lack of power.
Okay.
Cerberus found this in an underground bunker. It still has power.
We're gonna meet a
It's been in
Prothean?
stasis for the past 50,000 years, waiting for us. Think of what we could learn.
I'm so
What
curious.
can you tell me about the Protheans? The people, not the technology.
Given your experience with the Prothean cipher, you probably know as much about them as I do. The Prothean Empire spanned the known galaxy. They uplifted countless other species to help them join the galactic community.
By galactic community,
Mhm.
you're suggesting
Yeah,
that Protheans
Jabul,
have a structure
truly.
similar to the modern council.
Yes, exactly. Their cultural and artistic expression are actually quite close to those of the ancient Asari. And given their similar interests in helping other species, it's clear that they believed in interspecies cooperation.
The
Impressive.
way you describe them, they sound a lot like the Asari.
I'm certain I'm coloring their culture with my own perceptions. Whatever the Protheans were, finding one alive represents an incredible opportunity.
Then I'm glad
Good
you're
thing you brought our
here.
Prothean expert.
I hope
Let's
I can
crack
help.
it open.
If this single Prothean was sent into stasis, he could be the foremost scientist of his time, or perhaps the wisest counselor. Cerberus damaged the life pod when they excavated it. The life signs are unstable.
Oh no,
Let's get him
fucking
out of there.
Cerberus.
No, breaking open the pod would kill him. We have to find the command signal that ends the stasis mode. We also
Right,
need to
right.
figure out how to physically open the pod without doing more damage. Cerberus took over the labs nearby to research what they found at the dig site. That's likely our best bet.
Okay. What is happening?
There they are!
Whoa. Okay, so now we're gonna have a firefight with this seriously, like, unstable thing. The heck?
All right,
Die.
let's get moving before more of them come back.
Okay, what's this? Get some equipment. Just checking out all the little bits and bobs here. Maybe I can find some extra stuff. Whoa, what happened here? Find a new home in Sanctuary. Sheesh. Really? I like this gun. This gun is fun. Nice, Miss Time. Yeah, it's worth the money, honestly. I will say this. The
That
Mass
lacks on
Effect
footage of the
series so
Protheans.
far,
Cerberus is studying it to
I
find the
know a lot of
stasis
people like
deactivation
love
signal.
Mass Effect 2 and think it's like by far the best one in the series. But I'm gonna have to be honest. So far Mass Effect 3 is my favorite by far. Whoa, what's happening
They were
here?
gunned down while having drinks and watching the game. This isn't a
That's
military
so
stronghold, it's somebody's home.
It appears that Cerberus cares little for civilian casualties.
Yeah, Cerberus freaking sucks, man. Wait. So we never then wait. I know we have stuff to do here and whatever, but I think I accidentally went the way I was supposed to go without first checking out this bit. Look, because there's a thingy here. And I was saving this because I thought this was where we were meant to go. But no. Oh my.
I never thought our empire would fall. It won't. We will sleep here until the Reapers return to dark space. Then we will rise.
Finally get to see what
strong.
Protheans actually look like.
For the Empire. For the Empire. Get to your stasis pod. Victory. Broadcast the stasis readiness signal to all life pods.
And the refugees who have yet to reach the bunker.
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire.
Uh-oh.
I've got the signal.
You understood that?
You didn't?
No. All I saw was static. Cerberus was trying to make sense of it without success.
But we
The
understood.
Prothean cipher you received on Pharaohs, it lets you see the images as a Prothean would and understand their language.
Whatever it does, I saw the video. And the signal they used.
Perfect. Then we just need to figure out how to physically open the pod.
Okay, so now we just need to do that. Okay, so that was... Good thing I went back to get this, because... Otherwise we would have been stuck. Okay, let's carry on. Moving on, moving on. Did those guys respawn? Okay, snipe it. Peek again then, idiot.
Understood.
I'm sorry, Edie, but you were in my way. Oh, look. More climby bits. I want to see what's in here first, though. What was this? Resistance information update. We've gotten word from our source within Eden Prime's resistance movement that we can expect an attack on our security center between 2200 and 2300 tomorrow night. They're pulling in forces from across the colony. This gives us the perfect chance to destroy their leadership. Once the attack is contained, allow Dr. William Cambiata to escape, firing near-miss shots to keep it realistic. He's given us good information, and with luck, the locals will see him as a daring hero and the only man to escape the Cerberus trap. They might even put him in charge. Whoa, that's sneaky.
More intel to help the colonists. The more we find, the better chance they'll have.
What's this then? Okay, just some credits. That's fine, I'll take that. Oh, some ammo, that's nice. There was a... You saw what I saw, right? That there was a ladder outside of here? You know how they like their ladders. What if there is something... something interesting up top? Some ammo? Maybe it's just ammo. Maybe it's just high ground for a better vantage point type situation. I guess I could maybe climb up in some places. No, I think I'm supposed to go this way. Hop it down. Oh, never mind. You can't. You have to go specifically to the ladder. Okay, here we go. Alright. Onwards, onwards.
There. That lab found footage of the Protheans. Cerberus is studying it to figure out how to physically open the pod.
Okay. Dude, everybody's so dead. Whoa, here it is. I like their laser guns. Okay, they have their own version of biotics.
Victory! Seal the bunker!
Acknowledged.
Uh-oh.
How many have we lost?
Reaper forces have destroyed approximately 300,000 life pods.
Damn.
Third of our people.
Sheesh, so 300,000 is a third of their people? They're like less than 1 million?
Then all forces to the north.
You understood that one too?
I sure did.
Excellent. Then we have everything we need to open the pod.
Yeah, we saw how he opened it.
Backup forces
Oh,
are
God.
here.
Of course they are. Oh, not the nade. I wish I had that fire gun again. That was so fun. Like, I really liked the fire gun. Can I go through this way? I can. In fact, I meant to. Oh, hey, my bad. Okay. Right.
They have retracted
Oh, wait,
the bridge.
my arm is
We
itchy.
need to
Ah!
locate the control.
No time. Let's find another way across.
Oh. I guess we have to go this way then. Seems maybe reasonable. Find another way across. Oh, let me guess. It's gonna be a ladder that's gonna take us across. Oh, wait. If I'm right about there being a ladder I'm supposed to find in order to actually get across, I swear. Okay, so we need to get to this area. That's a smart way of doing it, Paper Cut. Because, like, even if you don't enjoy the gameplay, the story can still be good, right? So if your friend mainly wanted you to, like, be able to talk to them about the story, then reading up on that part is smart. I'm not sure where the heck I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to get over to that side. You see the pod right there? And it looks like it connects in this area, so I feel like maybe I need to maybe go through down here. Oh my gosh, not stuck on the wall again. Piece of shit. Yeah, this is them getting slaughtered by that bit. Give me a ladder then. I've been in here. Dude, I'm so lost right now. Oh, wait. At least I got some money for my being lostness. That game is held together with whispers and twine. See, I actually liked Mass Effect 1. Like, I didn't like the way it played, but story-wise, I actually liked Mass Effect 1 more than Mass Effect 2. But I understand that Mass Effect 2 was sort of necessary to bridge the gap. Ah, actually... let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, just like really, really quickly. I've been discussing internally whether or not I should talk about it, but... Mass Effect 2, right? And so Mass Effect 1, summary of story, right? Really cool. We find out about the Reapers. We discover the Reapers and we kick one's ass. That was epic. It was, story-wise, I really enjoyed that. You know, with the Saren and becoming a Spectre and, like, the whole thing. Like, that was cool. Okay? I like that. Then we get to Mass Effect 2. And we're like, okay, well, nobody is still taking Reapers fucking seriously, blah, 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 blah. And then the Reapers come in more with a collector bit, right? And they're like, oh, we're collecting all these people, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, because, like, in Mass Effect 1, we understood that the Reapers are exterminating everybody, right? Like, because they already told us, like, yeah, it's a mass extinction event. Like, they basically leave for 50,000 years, let a new civilization build up, and then they come in again. Like, that, we learned that in Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2, and again, chat, I don't want you to talk about Mass Effect 3, because I haven't finished this game yet. So, like, we'll save the Mass Effect 3 connection to all of this at the end of everything. But, like, then in Mass Effect 2, right, like, the Reapers come in again via the collectors this time. And, like, now they're sort of like, yeah, well, they're not really, like, in it yet, but they're, like, they're puppeteering the collectors to do their bidding. And then they're harvesting humans specifically, making, like, in the process of making a human-looking Reaper, right? That was how it ended. And I'm like, this story kind of sucked. Like, because everything they've been going through, the only thing that was, like, kind of new information in that, I feel, was the fact that they, like, instead of just exterminating everybody, period, they exterminate everybody, making them into human slushy that fuels their, like, next Reapers. So we got, like, a hint of the fact that they're building new Reapers by harvesting the society, whatever. But... like, we didn't really get an answer to it. Again, maybe I haven't finished the Mass Effect 3, so this might all get tied up together nicely at the end here, but I'm just talking about it so far, right? Like, okay, but all of the other Reapers are made in, like, the Leviathan's image, as we have learned now from meeting the Leviathans, okay? But, so why the frick were they making, like, the human Reaper? That's so dumb. We never got, like, a real, true answer to that. And I feel like it was just... I don't know. I feel like it was just miscellaneous. Because, honestly, they could have literally gone from Mass Effect 1 straight into Mass Effect 3. Really. Because we start Mass Effect 3 by being thrown in the brig, whatever. And they could have done that after Mass Effect 1, after we killed the Council. Like, we made that choice. I guess you could not make that choice. But they could have still been like, ah, you did something, blah, 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 blah. Like, found an excuse to put us in jail, right? And then, now... we're just like, now it feels like the story is actually continuing from Mass Effect 1. I feel like Mass Effect 2 was like a filler episode. It was the equivalent of like an anime filler season. And for what? Like, it was so empty. That's why I was so surprised when people was like, oh my god, Mass Effect 2 is the fucking best in the series. And I'm like, how? It did nothing. It just existed. Like, okay, gameplay got a lot better from the first one. But still, even that got way improved for Mass Effect 3. So, I was just like, huh? What? But yeah, so now that we're finally playing Mass Effect 3, I'm excited to see what happens now. Because now it feels like we're actually learning more about the universe. We're actually progressing the story. Like, we're actually getting more substance in the game story-wise, which I'm very excited for. So, yeah, anyways. Anyways, let's carry on. It's more the progressions of Shepard's story. Well, okay, I hear that, but I also disagree a little bit. And this is why. Because Shepard's story progression, I feel like it was just an arc about why Cerberus is bad. And now we're back to just killing Cerberus again, just like we did it. Anyways, the whole arc for Shepard in the second one is like, it starts, right? It starts with us getting killed. Okay? It starts with us getting killed. And then Cerberus resurrects us. And then we're like an indentured servant to the elusive man and Cerberus. And then we are just kind of done with that because they tried to get the Reaper tech, whatever. And then like, so what growth or like, what did we learn about Shepard during that time? Like nothing really. Like, again, filler episode shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like the Mass Effect 2 is more about building a connection with squad mates instead of developing the main story, and that's what makes it worse than the other games. Maybe. But I didn't build connections with my squad mates either, because I rizzed absolutely nobody. And I hated, like, a lot of the new characters. Well, I didn't hate a lot of them, but, like, Zaid? Who gives a shit? Miranda? Who gives a shit? I don't know. I feel like maybe, okay, if I'm being generous here, maybe the Mass Effect 2 was mainly for you to build connections and, like, and integrate with, like, a lot of the races. Like, it was built, maybe it was meant for you to care about the universe more. Like, I already cared for Mass Effect 1, but it's fine. You know, like, yeah, we got introduced, we got to see some character progression of squad mates outside of Shepard. I don't think it's really progressed Shepard's story. We died, we got resurrected, and now we're like an indentured servant to the elusive man. That was like Shepard's story until we like screwed him. Not in that way, chat. And then, but, however, we got to see that Rex had risen to the ranks on, you know, Tuchanka. You know, he was a new leader for the Krogan. That was cool. We got to know about Grunt. So, like, again, it's like we're building more connections to the other races in the universe other than humanity. Even though humanity was getting, like, I don't know, harvested, like, beans or something to make the freaking giant human Reaper, whatever. That's still so stupid. I still think that's so stupid. Why were they making, like, a human Reaper? Like, that's... It made no sense from my perspective. So far, maybe it'll make sense at the end of Mass Effect 3. Who knows? But also, like, we got to know more about Mordin, and then so we build a bit of a connection to the Solarians. And then, you know, with Tali, we actually got to visit, like, her ship and, like, build a bit of connection to, like, the Quarians or whatever. Wait, they were called Quarians, weren't they? I can't remember now. If I've called them the wrong thing, I apologize. But, yeah, so, like, and we got to know more about Geth. So it feels like we just learned more about the universe and, like, the races in the current universe more than anything else. So it felt like here is why you should care about the world. Now let's proceed with the story of breaking it apart. Yeah, I mean, Jack and Thane, but Thane is now on death's door anyways. Thane was in the... Again, it's like, hey, let's care about the world. But I didn't think that we got more out of Shepard, and I don't think we got more out of, like, the overarching story. Again, it felt like a filler episode to make us build stronger connections with, like, the other races of the universe through our squad mates, if that makes sense. I'm going to call and yell at you if you keep this up. Dude, I didn't even care about Saeed, bro. I was so uninterested in Zaid. It's not even funny. I believe the creation of the human Reaper was part of the alleged original ending for the trilogy, but got scrapped, so it's kind of awkward. Okay, that actually sort of makes sense. Because I guess with the Leviathan thing, maybe they were pivoting to being like, oh, because they see humanity as, like, the most impressive race, whatever, of this time, they wanted to make... I don't know. They probably had some things like, that story's fucking dumb. Let's go with a much cooler story, which is they're based off of the Leviathans. But again, like, so far what we know after playing, like, the Leviathan bit, okay... Like, why, if they are this powerful that they just literally just flick the off switch of the Reaper that came to the Leviathan planet, Why don't they just go out and flick the off switch of all of them that they encounter? Like, how did they even get fucking exterminated in the first place by these bitches? Because they were literally like, oh, you come to our planet? There was only 3 of them, and there was one of them that's like, okay, let's just flick the off switch. And the Reaper just like, I'm dead, I guess. And then, like, so what were they doing? Were they just sitting there like, oh, we built the Reapers for what purpose? Like, for the preservation of exactly what? Like, again, this might all be clear. This might all come clear, so I don't want actual answers, chat. I'm venting, and I'm speculating, and I want to keep it speculation, so I don't want any actual answers. I'm actually kind of afraid of reading the chat right now, because somebody might go, well, actually, the Leviathans, because it might be a spoiler for later. But, it's like, they're like, okay... So you made them to preserve something? Okay, but every time they just exterminate everybody? And then Jabul speculated, which Vlad said was kind of not the correct reason, so we'll deal with that when we learn about it. But they were like, oh, maybe it's because, like, them harvesting it to, like, create... Because the only thing we learned, really, is that when they harvest the entire galaxy, right... They just build a new Reaper from all of that harvested garbage. Because we did see how that sort of worked, right? They just funnel it, they just make it into mush, and then just slush it into the new thingy. Cool, okay. So maybe that's their idea of preservation in that case. But, like, why did they... So, it just feels like right now, there's a lot of plot holes. Right now, it feels like a lot of plot holes. But again... That's because we're, like, halfway through the game. So we still have, you know, there's still bits for us to tie up. There's still places for us to visit. There's still stuff for us to do. But I'm just like, again, the whole Leviathan versus Reaper situation feels so weird to me because they seem to just be able to hit the off switch. They're like, we're way more powerful than them. Haha. And then they just, like, what? They just... Like, what? They committed suicide by Reaper and then just sat there and be like, oh, no, woe is me. We couldn't do anything. And then it's like, well, actually, we can. We just chose not to. Okay, but why? Because you're sitting there saying, like, oh, yeah, but we're, like, this whole thing. I can see a ladder, by the way. I bet you that's where we're supposed to go, but can I? Oh, I can go down here and that. See, I knew the solution to getting across was going to be ladder, chat. I knew it. Anyways. They just throw it at you and you have no idea why you just, like, yeah, exactly. It's, yeah. I still think, like, okay, yeah, learning more about, like, the other, like, what happened to Rex and stuff, like, again, it was the side quest thing, whatever, it was fine, but I still think that it was filler episode extravaganza. So anyways, I started blasting. Literally. Okay, well, now that the yap session is over... Let's open this goddamn pod. Because one part that I am happy about that we're starting to learn more about now is the actual Protheans. Because they are freaking cool. So I'm excited to learn more about these guys.
Perfect. It'll take a few moments for the life pod to
right, that means protect the life pod, right?
Cerberus has heavy forces incoming. We'll need to hold this position.
But it's interesting, because why is Cerberus now trying to, like... I guess they're trying to shoot us from taking the thingy, but it's like, you're damaging the thing. Didn't you want to, like... I don't know... save it?
Here they come! I'm on it.
They just fell out and died. Okay, they're not going that way now. They're gonna be up top, I think, or something. I don't know where they're coming from. I saw the plane behind them. They're kind of slow at getting here, huh? Yeah, I think that's it then, maybe, Jabul. Maybe it's like a bit of nostalgia glasses on because Mass Effect 1 was so janky that just seeing the sheer improvement and then, like, the relationship building just scratched an itch that people really wanted. But I feel like overall story arc of that is just, like, very disappointing, very lackluster. So, as somebody that never did play it originally, you know, getting to play them all in a row like this, I think maybe I can see some of the flaws a little bit more clearly because I didn't have, like, the long wait time between games. I didn't have, you know, like, the jankiness that some people had, etc., you know, like... I didn't have the anticipation. Like, I just played through and bip bap bop, you know?
Enemy access.
So I think that has helped a lot. I guess that makes sense, Luminality. I guess that makes sense too, yeah. And that's what we were talking about earlier, that it was kind of groundbreaking at its time because of, like, the thing that really impresses me, even to this day, even as somebody that, you know, has no nostalgia, no nothing, right? The thing that really impresses me is the fact that my choices in Mass Effect 1 is actually affecting, you know, my choices in the other games. Oh my fucking god, I have some... I am doing poorly. I'm actually gonna have to use cover for once because I have... Okay, sick hole placement, by the way. Did we get them all? Okay. Another one? Where are they? But yeah, it is very cool how your choices all the way from the very beginning still impacts your playthrough, you know, at the end of the game series. That is very, very impressive. And I do like that part a lot. That's why, you know, even though I killed fan favorite Talizora in my first playthrough of Mass Effect 2, you know, them's the breaks. That's the consequences I have to live now with for making those choices and going in blind, not knowing what would happen, and then making the choice that I thought was best at the time that led to unforeseen circumstances, and now that is affecting my current playthrough. I think that is very, very cool.
There, you've got it. Goddess.
There he is.
It may take him some time to fully regain consciousness.
Or it won't. Hey, you've been in stasis for a while, buddy. Oh, shit. Chill out, bro. Like, maybe relax? We're trying to help you?
Be careful, he's confused.
Oh, no.
Remember, it's been 50,000 years for us, but for him, it's only been...
A few minutes!
No, the bunker is falling. There is no other option.
There are pods online! Those soldiers are still alive!
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire. Preparing neutron bombardment. Get to your life pod now.
Clarify.
Sensors are damaged. Automated reactivation is not an option.
Uh-oh.
You'll remain in stasis until a new culture discovers this bunker. This may lead to a power shortage.
Do not shut off more pods. I need the few that are left.
Power needs will be triaged appropriately.
Uh-oh.
You will be the voice of our people.
I will be more than that. How many
None.
Just you. You can understand me?
Yes. Now that I've read your physiology, your nervous system, enough to understand your language.
So you were reading me while I was seeing...
Our last moments. Our failure.
It wasn't a failure.
Your people did everything they could. They never gave up. And I could use some of that commitment now.
Shepard, whatever you did got Cerberus interested.
Asari. Human. Synthetic. This is not a good beginning.
Uh-oh.
It's not safe here. Will you join us?
You fight the Reapers?
Yes.
Then we will see.
Uh-oh.
A living Prothean.
That's correct, Admiral. But he's not quite what we expected.
Commander, our scientists barely understand what they need to do here. If the Prothean can help us construct this device, we need his cooperation.
Understood, Admiral.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
He has, Admiral.
Can he help us?
I intend to find out.
Good. Cerberus slipped up and gave us a new weapon. Don't let it go to waste. Hack it out.
Shepard, I need you down in the port cargo hold. It's about our new guest.
Okay.
I'm on
I'll
my
go
way.
to the cargo hold and chat with him. I really want to get to know this guy.
What's the problem?
I've tried to make the room more accommodating, but they're not letting me talk to him.
Apologies, Doctor. Contact protocol with a new species. Assume hostility. We had to dust off the regulations.
Oh, man. Dude, this is not how we treat a guest.
But he's not new. I've spent my life studying Protheans.
We can trust him, for frick's sake.
At ease. I don't think our guest will be a problem. Will he?
That depends on you. I can sense fear in you. Anxiety and distress. The Reapers are winning.
Mm-hmm, but we have a secret weapon.
What do you mean, you sense?
All life provides clues for those who can read them. It is in your cells, your DNA. Experience is a biological marker.
Then what exactly did I experience back on Eden Prime? That was a hell of a flashback.
The battle left its own mark on me. I communicated this to you. It can work both ways.
Damn, he's so
Like
cool.
your beacons.
Yes. Which...
Oh, man.
You found one. You saw it all. Our destruction. Our warnings. Why weren't they heeded? Why didn't you prepare for the Reapers, human?
It's
I mean, we
Commander,
tried.
and nobody could understand your warnings. The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
We pieced together what we could, and used it to stop a Reaper invasion 3 years ago.
Then the extinction was delayed.
Now we have your plans for the Crucible. We've started building it.
Crucible?
The weapon your people were working on. I'd hoped you could tell us how to finish it.
Uh-oh. Is this not gonna be a weapon? Is this gonna be like a new fucking
We
Reaper?
never finished it.
Oh, it is.
It's too
Okay,
late.
thank God. It's still a weapon. Okay, good.
Then I take it you don't know anything about the catalyst.
No. I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art. Killing.
What was your mission?
Among my people, there were avatars of many traits. Bravery, strength, cunning. A single exemplar for each.
Which are you?
Wow.
The embodiment of vengeance. I am the anger of a dead people. demanding blood be spilled for the blood we lost. Only when the last Reaper has been destroyed will my purpose be fulfilled. I have no other reason to exist.
Man, he's so cool.
Those who share my purpose become allies. Those who do not become casualties.
I agree.
Then I'd say you found an ally. The goal of this ship is to wipe the Reapers from existence.
But how far are you willing to go to achieve that goal?
Pretty far.
I do not believe you, Commander. Lying is a biological marker. There is doubt behind your words.
We found this at
Oh,
the
I
dig
was
site.
probably not. I was
assume
probably
it
not
belongs
evil
to
enough
you.
in my run so far.
It is a memory shard.
Could it help us with the Crucible?
No, it contains only pain. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
If you don't mind, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask.
Here it comes.
I've written over a dozen studies on your species. I've published in several journals that...
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered
I'm sorry.
Never mind. What do you wish to
That's
know?
so funny. Like, oh wow, the toddlers learn how to pick up a pen. Wait, this is a DLC? Wait, this was a day one DLC? Wait, that sucks. Like, why would you put this behind DLC? Like, this is such an integral part of the story. Same with the Leviathans, to be honest. Like, why are they... Dude, EA is so nasty. EA is so nasty. The fact that they're putting, like, super integral parts of the story behind paid DLC that's not part of the main game, that's fucked up. That is so fucked up. Okay, yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, so it seems that all the DLCs are included in the Legendary Edition, which is the one I'm playing, so at least there's that. And I think Miss Time said it was currently on sale on Steam too, so like if you haven't played it and you're curious, then probably worth getting it while it's on while it's on sale on Steam. All right. It's 90% off right now. That's a freaking great deal, actually. 5 years leading to this moment, and they held their fucking hand out for $10, for $10 extra. It's so gross, man. Like, ew. Ew. I hate that. All right, well, let's talk to the Prothean right now.
I've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
Well, we kind of have, like the Asari, no?
Imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds very useful.
We evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, did he actually, Sirius Black? Fair.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
That's
Things
so
like
cool.
Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
What about this room?
So, could you read something about this room?
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were
He's still alive, no?
given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
Damn, that's cool. All right, the Prothean civilization.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered, what sort of government did you have, and can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm sorry. Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
Dang. What about before
What was
that?
your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What
Oh,
if they
dang.
didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
What?
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished. And if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so... severe.
It was by necessity. Very early, we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've
Oh,
had the same
dang.
problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it work?
For a time, the Metacon War, we were turning the tide until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago in ways we could never imagine.
Right, okay. What about your mission then?
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
What if it had worked?
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. You would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Well, thank you, I think.
That's good. Okay, what about the Crucible?
Is there anything more you can tell us about the Crucible?
Only the stories we heard. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
Okay, Prothean
What
war
can
with
you
the
tell
Reapers.
us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards.
Dang, it
however,
lasted for that
passed down
long?
from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
We met Vigil on Ilos.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a rumor. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No. But they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
How did you fight the Reapers?
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
So why did you
Why do you
lose?
think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. all races conform to one doctrine, one strategy.
Oh shit, that's
The
what we're
Reapers
trying to do.
exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
I guess that
Then
is
it may
true.
be your only hope.
I guess that might actually be true because, like, for example, with Arya, we recruited her stuff, but she's like, yeah, we'll assist you in the war, but we don't have, like, okay, this is our strategy. Everybody do this. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing, but just helping against, like, everybody's just fighting against them, generally
Thank you for
speaking.
talking with me.
Okay,
Never
that's
imagined
so
actually
cool.
meeting
I
a Prothean.
loved meeting this guy.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
Wow.
There's also the Solarians.
The lizard people evolved.
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies. Commander, you may count on me.
That's so
I am
funny.
known as Javik.
And welcome aboard the Normandy, Javik.
Commander, Admiral Anderson is available on VidCom.
Right, so we have to go and talk to General Anderson.
He's gonna break regs right now.
Yeah, he's literally like, oh my... You know, Javik did the equivalent, like, oh my god. Like, the kid who used to eat dirt in the playground is now my boss. He's like, why the hell has this happened? Oh my gosh, that is too funny. Alright, let's talk to Anderson. Oh my god, I'm so glad he's still alive.
So I imagine by now you've wiped the galaxy clean of Reapers and we can all come up for air?
Not quite. There've been a few complications.
Aren't there always? Hackett filled me in on the Crucible. Sounds like you've got some knots to untangle.
I'm just glad I
Kaylee
could take care
Sanders.
of one of them for you. I gather you and Kaylee Sanders were close?
I owe you for that one, Shepard. Kaylee and I met almost 20 years ago. We even had a run-in with Saren in his early days.
Oh wow.
She and I were... more than close.
I
She
could
misses
tell.
you.
I miss her. End of the world has a way of reminding you what you forgot to do. Maybe when the war's over, Kaylee and I will do something about that.
You'll see her soon.
I can hope. But you've got a bigger problem right now. Like a galaxy full of scared bureaucrats.
Diplomacy is a
I don't know
pain.
how you deal with all the politics. It's a pain in the ass.
As I recall, you gave me the job.
Yeah, sorry about that.
My bad.
Just remember, the more they complain, the more you know you're accomplishing something.
What about
That's
you? What's happening on
true.
Earth?
I'll spare you the details. But let's just say a lot of cities around the world have stopped checking in.
That bad?
You and I knew what we were in for, but everyone else? I don't think the shock's worn off yet.
Are you safe?
Oh god.
That changes by the hour. I caught a shuttle evac out of Vancouver, and now we're running from foxhole to foxhole just trying to stay alive.
What about the
God
Reapers?
damn.
They're harvesting everything that moves. They're focusing on the big cities, which does give us some room to maneuver.
You think you can hang on?
Hell, we're still just trying to talk to each other. Right now, all we can do is organize the resistance at a local level. No lack of volunteers, at least. Everybody knows what's at stake.
We haven't
I
forgotten
don't know how
you.
we'll win this yet, but we will. Even if it kills me.
Well, you've already died once, and that didn't slow you down. But let's not tempt fate. Keep yourself safe, Shepard.
You too, sir.
We'll talk again soon. Anderson out.
I love Anderson, man. I'm so stressed out about the fact that he's like staying on Earth alone to like try and keep the people safe and just God. So funny because the Asari talk about the rest of the galaxy like this, so this was beautiful to witness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because the Asari's like, oh, everybody else have primitive and whatever, and then they meet the Protheans, and the Protheans are like, oh my god, you picked up crayons? That's so cute. You can write now.
Commander Shepard.